ACEs and autoimmune diseases, from childhood trauma to chronic illness, exploring the ACEs and chronic and autoimmune disease connection. Did you know that your childhood experiences can affect your health as an adult? Adverse childhood experiences, ACEs, are traumatic events that can cause chronic stress and inflammation in your body, leading to autoimmune diseases and a shorter lifespan. In fact, people with 4 or more ACEs are likely to die 20 years earlier than those with none. But there is hope. You can heal your nervous system by stimulating your vagus nerve, which helps regulate your heart rate, blood pressure, digestion, and mood. The vagus nerve can be activated by simple practices such as deep breathing, singing, humming, yoga, meditation, and more. To find out your ACEs score and learn more about how to heal yourself, answer the questions included in this post. You might be surprised by what you discover. Adverse childhood experiences, ACEs, and trauma can lead to autoimmune diseases. ACEs are traumatic events that occur in a person's life before the age of 18, such as abuse, neglect, household dysfunction, or violence. ACEs can have lasting effects on a person's physical and mental health, increasing the risk of chronic diseases and behavioral problems. ACEs can shorten life expectancy by 20 years or more because they can cause changes in the brain, the immune system, the hormonal system, and even the DNA of the person who experiences them. These changes can make the person more vulnerable to stress, inflammation, infection, and disease. One type of chronic disease that is linked to ACEs is autoimmune disease, which is a condition where the immune system attacks the body's own tissues and organs. Autoimmune diseases include lupus, rheumatoid arthritis, type 1 diabetes, multiple sclerosis, and many others. People who have experienced 4 or more ACEs are 7,100% more likely to develop an autoimmune disease than people who have not. This is because ACEs can disrupt the normal functioning of the immune system, making it overreact or underreact to threats. ACEs can also affect the regulation of genes that are involved in immune responses. Therefore, ACEs can increase the risk of autoimmune diseases by altering the way the body defends itself against foreign invaders and internal damage. ACEs, as different studies may have different criteria and methods to establish the link. However, based on the web search results, some of the autoimmune diseases that have been associated with ACEs are Type 1. Diabetes, a chronic condition where the pancreas produces little or no insulin, a hormone that regulates blood sugar levels. Type 1. Diabetes is more common in children and young adults and can be triggered by viral infections or environmental factors. People who have experienced 4 or more ACEs are 90% more likely to develop type 1 diabetes than those who have not. Lupus, a chronic inflammatory disease that can affect various organs, such as the skin, joints, kidneys, and brain. Lupus is more common in females, and people who have experienced 4 or more ACEs are twice as likely to develop lupus than those who have not. Rheumatoid arthritis, a chronic inflammatory disease that causes pain, swelling, and stiffness in the joints. Rheumatoid arthritis is more common in females, and people who have experienced 4 or more ACEs are 80% more likely to develop rheumatoid arthritis than those who have not. Celiac disease, a chronic condition where the immune system reacts to gluten, a protein found in wheat, barley, and rye. Celiac disease can cause damage to the small intestine and interfere with nutrient absorption. Celiac disease is more common in people of European descent and can be triggered by stress or trauma. People who have experienced 4 or more ACEs are 40% more likely to develop celiac disease than those who have not. Psoriasis, a chronic condition that causes patches of flaky, inflamed skin. Psoriasis is usually not a serious condition, but it can be painful or distressing. Psoriasis can be triggered by stress, infections, or medications. People who have experienced 4 or more ACEs are 70% more likely to develop psoriasis than those who have not. These are some examples of autoimmune diseases that may be influenced by ACEs, but there may be others that are not yet identified or confirmed. The exact mechanisms of how ACEs affect the immune system are still being researched. All effects of ACEs. Addictions. Anxiety. Depression. PTSD. Autoimmune disease and chronic illness. Fractures. Heart disease. Injuries, intentional and not intentional. More marriages. Intimate partner violence. Low life satisfaction. Greater challenges with parenting. Giving birth prematurely. Smoking. Teen pregnancy. Self-harm. Suicidal tendencies. Violence. Imprisonment. Polyvagal theory gives insights into how the human body adapts and responds to stress and danger. The theory emphasizes how the sympathetic and parasympathetic systems work together to rev us up to run or fight and calms us after the danger has passed. The polyvagal theory also explains why some victims do not run away or resist in the presence of abuse or violence. Their nervous systems switch to the dorsal vagal response of numbing or immobilization for survival instead of the sympathetic response of fight or flight. The immune system is sensitive to stress, and chronic stress can lead to inflammation, which can contribute to autoimmune diseases. ACEs and trauma can lead to chronic stress, which can cause long-term changes in the immune system that increase the risk of autoimmune diseases. Polyvagal theory is a theory proposed by Dr. 𝗙𝗵𝗶𝗹𝗵𝗂𝗧 that describes how the mammalian autonomic nervous system evolved to keep us safe and alive. The theory emphasizes the role of the vagus nerve in regulating our health and behavior. The vagus nerve is a cranial nerve that runs from the brainstem to the abdomen, and it plays a key role in regulating many bodily functions, including heart rate, digestion, and breathing. The polyvagal theory describes how the mammalian autonomic nervous system evolved to automatically communicate with other mammals and engage different self-defense systems when needed. The theory organizes the nervous system into 3 key principles: hierarchy, neuroception, and co-regulation. Hierarchy refers to 3 nervous system states: ventral vagal, sympathetic, and dorsal vagal, and their activation in a particular order. Ventral vagal helps us feel safe, show up, communicate, and connect with others. Sympathetic is that energy of flight or fight that helps us mobilize to survive in dangerous environments. If we cannot fight or take flight, dorsal vagal has us shut down, collapse, or go numb to protect us. Neuroception determines whether we are in states of ventral vagal, sympathetic, or dorsal vagal, depending on our environment. Co-regulation is the biological imperative to be connected with others to survive. We hope to meet others who are regulated and welcoming. The polyvagal theory has brought a new understanding of trauma and recovery, providing for the first time a physiological explanation for trauma survivors' experiences. It is essential for therapists and clients alike as it provides a vehicle through which we drive through life. By understanding their nervous system, individuals can navigate the more ordinary challenges in everyday life. It is important to recognize that ACEs and trauma can have long-lasting effects on individuals and their families. By acknowledging the impact of trauma on individuals and communities, we can begin to break the cycle and promote healing. This involves creating safe spaces for open dialogue, seeking professional help when needed, and supporting one another through the healing process. Ways to calm your nervous system. Healing from adverse childhood experiences, ACEs, is a journey that takes time and involves a combination of practices. By incorporating various approaches, we can work towards healing both our body and mind. One important aspect of healing is learning self-compassion. This involves being kind and understanding towards ourselves, acknowledging our experiences, and treating ourselves with care and empathy. Self-care rituals are also crucial in promoting healing. Engaging in activities that nourish and rejuvenate us, such as exercise, meditation, or hobbies, can help us manage stress and promote emotional well-being. Mindfulness practices can be instrumental in healing from ACEs. By cultivating present moment awareness and non-judgmental acceptance of our thoughts and emotions, we can develop a deeper understanding of ourselves and our experiences. Participating in therapy with a trauma specialist can provide a safe and supportive space to explore and process our ACEs. Therapists can help us develop coping strategies, address unresolved emotions, and build resilience. Learning to fully feel and express our emotions without suppressing them is another important aspect of healing. This allows us to release pent-up emotions and promote emotional healing. Vagus nerve stimulation and somatic experiences can also play a role in our healing journey, by helping us connect with our emotions in our bodies, further enhancing our healing process. To achieve holistic healing, we need to focus on both our body and mind. This means rewiring our automatic nervous systems to be less sensitive to stressors. Self-awareness is key in recognizing when we are in survival mode, so we can practice self-regulation and implement strategies to reduce stress and promote relaxation. Supportive relationships and co-regulation can also aid in our healing process. Surrounding ourselves with understanding and compassionate individuals who can provide support and validation can make a significant difference in our healing journey. It's important to note that healing can prevent many illnesses that can arise from chronic dysregulation. However, if we are already suffering from a chronic illness, healing may not guarantee its complete reversal. Nevertheless, through healing, we may alleviate symptoms and slow down the progression of the disease. Remember, healing from ACEs is a unique and personal process. By incorporating self-compassion, self-care rituals, mindfulness practices, therapy, emotional expression, vagus nerve stimulation, somatic experiences, self-awareness, supportive relationships, and co-regulation, we can work towards healing and promoting our overall well-being. Signs of ACEs. Pause the video and answer the questions. Count 1. ACE for each yes you answer. By 𝗙𝗵𝗶𝗹𝗵𝗂𝗺, Knowledge is Power.